Many years ago, almost 30 years ago now, I was among a group of executives that did a deal with Google while at News Corp, which set many of the economics for the challenges that publishers face today. The deal was that we would get traffic from Google that we would then sell as advertising. But if we were to do that deal again now, we'd do it very differently because we didn't know that Google was going to enter the advertising game and monopolize it. That I've agonized over that decision for decades. And yesterday, I got the chance to start to redress the balance. And funny enough, two other people that were in that meeting 25, 30 years ago were there as well. We got to hear from Tom Rubin, who is the head of IP and basically the boss of ChatGPT. And he's the guy that has the say about how publishers are going to get to work with ChatGPT in the future. Now, this was an incredibly evasive interview. He gave it at the FIP World Congress here in Madrid, which is where I am right now. And I have to say, it was the best conference I've been to in my entire 30-year career. It was amazing. And everybody was in the room to hear Rubin explain how things were going to work. And that's exactly what he didn't do. And so this post is really interesting because I've run his answers, but then I've asked ChatGPT to run its own analysis on what he didn't say and what he should have said and what he was being evasive about. But the single most important piece for me was at the end when I got to ask him a question directly. And my question was, let's not make the mistake that we made with Google as a publishing industry. I want ChatGPT to pay publishers every single time they query its content. So it becomes a one for one transaction. It crawls, it pays. No advertising, just a straightforward transaction. And the reason I preference that model is because it means that as ChatGPT and OpenAI goes to 500 billion, where it's at now, and heads on to 750 billion, and then into the trillions, then the volume and the consumer uptake of this will grow and the publisher's earnings will grow. Will effectively strap the publishing industry to the rocket ship that AI represents. I got to ask this question yesterday and I got an answer. Okay. And it's all in here. And this is very exciting because we need to make better decisions and we need to learn from the mistakes of the past. I'm trying my absolute damnedest to make sure that I do that. I hope you find this interview interesting because people like Tom Rubin don't pop up very often. They certainly don't stick their heads up in groups full of publishers, and they don't very often allow me to ask them a question. I hope you find this really useful, and I will see you back in Sydney shortly.